Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today behind me, up in these hills, is this old copper mine. Produced about $3.2 million worth of copper, and at one point it had an aerial tramway. There's massive stopes, beautiful mineralization, and some really cool stuff to see in this mine. Come along, it's going to be a great adventure. Let's get it started.
Your foot, okay?
Okay, so
Am I watching my foot or my head now?
so we just stepped in the portal here, and there's quite a bit of water. We're gonna have to go through this. It's not terribly deep, but you can actually see the water's gone down quite a bit from where it used to be.
All right. Well, they know where you're on, man. We're gonna get wet.
Yeah.
Why are we walking along the edge? We're doing good.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. So it's cold, isn't it? I was telling you. You feeling that cold?
Oh, my.
Yeah. I feel like it's actually deeper than when I was here last time. I feel like the water level goes up and down, or maybe it's just me. It feels like it was deeper when I was here a few weeks ago.
So are you okay? I'm here.
It is kind of mucky. The water will go away eventually.
Wow. Holy crap, it goes a long way.
It's kind of like quicksand almost, huh?
Well, luckily it's not like this through the whole thing.
Yeah. It's not as mucky over here on the right side.
Okay, I'll get over here in a second.
Something was very good for you.
Careful with this, okay?
Yeah. This is a pretty long haulage out of here. But we're gonna, when we get to the junction here, we're actually gonna go to the left. And there's some really cool stuff here that we're gonna check out. So we're here at the junction. The haulage adit continues on down that way, and it also goes to the left. We're gonna go to the left first. There's some big stopes over there. There's some really cool things down that way. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna head down this way. We're gonna go all the way to the end. Okay, almost out of the water here. Okay, so there's a bunch of exploratory drifts over here, and sometimes they also use these as storage. You can see where they stopped drilling. You see all the holes down here. Here's a piece of rusty ore cart track. Yeah, the others are coming there behind me. They're hanging their ventilation system on the right side of this, up here. Here's some calcified rock. Hey Dan, we have a lot of nice calcification here. Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, cool. Rusty tracks.
Yeah, that right there is an exploratory drift.
Yeah, you can see the drill holes in the wall.
Yeah.
They just stopped it. A lot of mines were exploratory.
Yeah. So at one point, this mine, there's water all throughout here, and you'll be able to see it when we get down here where we're going. But at one point, this whole area was flooded.
Oh, they couldn't have been
Looks like we got a little raise here. A little bit. Got some holes in there. There's another exploratory drift right here. This one is kind of flooded out. See a bit of blue in the muck over there. There's also some air actually blowing. Oh, yeah. Really nice up in there. That might be an ore pass. I can't tell from here. Looks like it. Okay. Okay, so we have a little workstation right here. And I'm following the others. Danny has been here before. So this right here is going to be one of your stopes. Just be careful when you get to the edge, but you're going to be amazed at the size of this stope. It is just incredible. Coming up on your left.
Yep.
So yeah, this is one of the stopes, and that line right there looks like a bathtub ring. That's where the water used to be before they pumped it out, right up there. So it would have come right up to here. But you can actually see, if you look down there, you see a piece of a ladder. So that was most likely put there for miners to get down into the stope. I'm sure there was another ladder system at one point coming up, probably up against the side down there. Don't know how deep that goes, but I'm sure it goes down quite a ways. So we can actually probably access this from the other side. But yeah, look at the size of this. Incredible. The light doesn't do it justice. And this is just one of many stopes in this mine. Just one of many. Okay, so we're gonna go right here. These pipes, this is where they were pumping water out of the mine at one point. There was a generator here, but someone took it. It was chained up over here somewhere. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna check that out in a minute, but first we're gonna check this thing out right over here. Look at this. So we have a big ore bin. There's a giant ore bin. Look at this thing, but it's in real bad shape, unfortunately. It's starting to come down. And every time I come in here, it seems a little worse. So you have your ore bin, you have a dual ore bin, and here's your skip car system. And we're gonna have a look down into the decline right here. But you can actually see, if you go down a certain level, you can actually see where the water is, right at the end there. But we're not going to go down there. It looks a little unsafe. I know there's metal ladders, but rotten wood, not a good idea. And right there, you have two skip cars. They're not called ore cars, they're called skip cars. So they came up these skip car system right here. Ore cars are flat at the top. Skip cars are open on one side like this, so the ore doesn't fall out when they're coming up at an angle. There's another look down into there. But yeah, here's one and here's two. And unfortunately, someone has defaced this one. It's still pretty cool to see. Here's a good look at this massive structure. It is just absolutely incredible. So they were bringing up their ore from this decline shaft right here, and it looks like there was two sets here for both skip cars. They would come up and they would get there, then they would dump their ore down into an open top ore car, and it would go out of the mine in the haulage at it. Pretty cool. You know, it's very important to document this history because one day it won't be here. But just look at these skip cars. These things are incredible. I love these things. Yeah, step back here. Probably get a shot for the thumbnail right here. Oh yeah, that was good right there. Cool. Okay. So there are different ways we can go. We can go all around here. Unfortunately, there's some newer graffiti in here, but there's also some carbide writing among it. Like that's newer right there. Then you have survey marks too. I'm not quite sure what this is, but it's just sitting here. Kind of hard to tell what it was. If anyone knows what this is, please drop a comment below. Yeah, so here you have a manway up here. And Danny, the mineral expert, what are we looking at over here? Some calcite?
We have some calcium leaking out of the wall with stalactites over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like calcite in a way.
It does in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of copper combined with the stalactites. They're really cool.
Here's the light.
Excellent.
Yeah, I had someone comment on my videos and be like, you know, it'd be nice if you can brush up on your mine terminology. I'm like, well, I can definitely do that, but I can't help you out with the minerals. That's Danny's area of expertise.
Give me some light.
So unfortunately, this ladder is not that stable, and I wouldn't recommend going up there. But it is cool. There we go. Yeah, that's very cool.
That's hard, but I could never keep it.
Yeah, good weather outside too. I don't know how they act.
Dude, I've got a little pill bottle.
Okay, so I am not in any way sponsored by this or paid by these people, but this is incredible. Called 4C, sugar-free, Energy Rush. They have it in multiple different flavors. Natural flavors drink mixed with taurine. Lightly carbonated. Tastes just like Mountain Dew, one of my favorite sodas. All you do is you rip off the top, put it into a bottle of water, mix it, and it gives me incredible energy that I didn't think I ever had. So this is my new go-to for mine exploring. So if you guys are seeing this 4C, hey, maybe you want to sponsor me. Oh, there's your pyrite.
Chalcopyrite.
Yeah, oh, chalcopyrite?
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference for people watching between chalcopyrite and regular pyrite?
Well, pyrite is an iron sulfide typically, and chalcopyrite is a copper sulfide.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So,
yeah, but there's a lot of it.
It also carries certain amounts of gold with it too.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot different than the chunks I found in my in the video that you guys are going to be seeing on Friday. This is it's a lot different. This one's actually embedded in the rock right here. Okay. It looks like we got another raise here. And this will also lead you to, pretty sure this will go to a stope. And yes, there is one right over here. You can see the ore cart track right here. And you can actually see the water down there. Okay, we're turning around and looking over here. So we're gonna go this way first, actually. There's many different areas on this mine you can go to. I think this was just a small exploratory drift here, and the stops over there. Okay. So these are unmilled timbers, meaning they did not cut them square. It's literally like they just took them off the tree, stripped all the bark and branches, and put them up here. Unmilled timbers. And there are some milled timbers. Like here's a milled timber right here. See that square? Wow, that mineralization is amazing. Just look at it. That's incredible. Okay, so nothing much in here. Just stops over there. So you got more chalcopyrite all over here. It's everywhere in this mine. I did not see it here last time I was in here.
Can I see it real fast?
Yeah, you know, every time I come in here, I see new things that I've never seen before.
Quite a bit on that side.
There's a nice little section of it right here.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you just stand back and just carefully look, it is everywhere. Look at all this. It's just everywhere right here. Just stand back about where I'm standing right here and just look.
Oh yeah.
All there. That's all chalcopyrite. So I would like to point out that there is actually an ore chute back here. I did not see that before. Right there. So again, unmilled timbers and milled timbers right here. I did not see this before. Wow. And I've been in this mine so many times, I did not see this ladder right here.
There's a ladder?
Yeah, but we can't get to it. I really would like to get up there, but unfortunately there's no way to get up there.
Let me see.
Okay, we're gonna go down this way. Got some more cart track on here. And this right here stops over there, but there's a stope right here, so we're gonna go back down this way. This one's all plugged up with rock.
Really?
Yep, your voice echoes in here. Another massive stope.
Yeah, check please. You think?
This light just really does not do it justice.
Is there any reason right now we're just coming right back up?
Oh, we need our.
It's okay to walk over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful.
Okay.
So, the water level is just, every time I come here, it looks like it's gone down a little bit, but you can actually see it goes down further than it looks.
If you fall in here, you better drown.
It looks like the water has gone down maybe a foot. Because you can see on that board right there where it used to be wet and where it's starting to dry off. Right at the bottom. Yeah, there's your bathtub ring right there. It's crazy. This was obviously more than 50 feet deep at one point. Actually, maybe just about 45, 50, I'm assuming. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But the water was in here for a while. So imagine if we had come in here, we would literally be walking right over the water. There's your ore chute. So the top of the ore chute's actually up here, so they were mining this out and dumping it down here. Okay. And then this one will actually, where we were, lead you onto the other side of the stope, which we looked at when we first came in here. We were standing on the other side right here. Yeah, so we were actually looking from right over there. This is just the other side of the stope. Just another little exploratory drift right here. This one's a little longer. Yeah, some hose. Some rubber hose right here. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the junction and we're gonna head deeper into this mine here. We're a little over almost 1,000 feet in, I believe, and we're gonna keep on going. Okay, so we're back here to the junction, and we're going to keep going down. And this is why I bought these boots, because they sure come in handy in here. So if you look down there, you can actually see the portal. Let me turn my light off. There you go. We're quite a ways in here. And we're just going to keep going on down this way.
I know, I'm just trying to stay out of this video.
You know, I stand corrected. I thought we were almost about 1,000 feet in. We're actually 1,200 feet, it looks like. So we're at 1,200 feet in this mine, which is pretty cool. And it does start to get a little stuffy. There's not a lot of airflow down here, but the air is okay. So you can see a little area they were drawing water out of here. Hey, they got that.
Watch your footing.
Yep, I'm looking at the ground, not looking up.
Once we get up here,
Well, don't get this plane, huh?
1,300 feet. Nice. Yeah, this is a pretty wet mine. I'm more a fan of dry mines, but this one is still pretty interesting to see. Even these are all rotted out right here. 1,400. There they are coming down the adit. You know what I think is really cool? Look at the different layer of rock in here, right from here down to there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I love
You see these times.
it. It's incredible. Okay, continuing on. You can actually see where the ore cart track was. Still has the ties in place. Hey, it's getting kind of warm in here. I'm glad I didn't bring a sweatshirt. It is about, keep in mind guys, it's about 80, 84, 85 degrees outside, so it's nice and cool in this mine. Mines keep their relatively the same temperature year round, so if you come in here in the summer, it's nice and cool, and if you come in here in the winter, it's nice and warm, so nice place to get out of the elements, out of the weather. Got a lot of rotten wood over here. $1,700 feet. So we are almost 2,000 feet into this mine right here, which is really, really cool. A little bit more water. These are all still in place for holding up the ventilation system. $1,800 feet in. $1957, right there. It's pretty cool. These might be old survey markers, survey markings. $1,900 feet. Okay, here's another junction right here. So this area, this mine was first prospected in the 1870s here, and 1875, here's a very rich outcropping of ore found on the northeast face of this mine site. So this mine was worked over the next 25 years after that, but it wouldn't be that profitable until the railroad came in here. So we have a junction right here. We're gonna go right, we're gonna go to the right first. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna go to the left. And then when we come back, we're gonna go straight. So there's a new adit here which was constructed in 1903. So yeah, they had everything here. They had an assay office, boarding house, cookhouse, blacksmith shop, warehouse, and a corral here up on the higher slopes of this mine.
Yeah, house of building too.
They even had a post office here too, which was opened in 1903.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're churning out pretty decent grade ore here, about 3.75% copper. And then they decided to send the ore down a tramway. And the tramway was actually constructed in 1904. It was a 4,000-foot tramway. The tramway could haul up to about 2,000 tons per day. It needed gravity and weight to move itself. There was no motors or anything here in this tramway. So this mine was ended operation in the 70s. Yeah, so they produced 180,000 tons of ore, valued at $3.5 million. So this is predominantly a copper mine. It was the most abundant mineral. They also had gold, silver, lead, zinc, and iron, and even some tungsten were found here in smaller quantities. So, pretty interesting mine, a very rich history. And this is actually the most visited abandoned mine in Arizona. So if you guys are watching this and you've been here, please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Okay, here we go. Here's some more carbide graffiti. 1923, 1929, and over here I'm getting a nice whiff of like a oil. So they might have been storing something on here in the area. Yep, 1923 and 1923 or 1928. I'm gonna bet 1923 as well. 1929, right there. We're gonna keep on going down this way. There are the ties. There's another exploratory drift right there. We're gonna check everything out in this mine. You never know what's down here. Usually in exploratory drifts, they would sometimes store dynamite, blasting caps, and other things. It actually looks like there's a part of a dynamite box there in the end. You can kind of see it down there. Here's another part of one right here. Well, that's newer. Visitors have been carving their names in here. Okay, so here we have a, looks like we have a collapse here. There's a lot of rotten timbers. Okay, so we're gonna wait up for the rest of the group to get over here, and we're gonna check this out. Let's see here. If there's anything on here. Sometimes you can read. That one's too far. It's rotten now. But you can tell it's an end to a dynamite box because of the notches in here. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a small collapse over here. Yes, it's all come down. And if you look up there, there's an old wheel. I'm pretty sure it's called a sheave wheel, but I'm not 100% sure on the terminology. But you see it up there like a pulley almost. So they were hoisting something up over here, and we need to be very careful over here because this could be a false floor. You know what a false floor is, right?
Yeah.
In a mine right here, looks like there could be a very deep shaft over here.
Why are we going this way?
So we need to be very careful. I believe there's some very nice mineralization down here. So just stay. Let me go across first here. We don't know what this is like.
Where's Danny at?
There's your Danny is down, and he's down the drift over here. So we gotta be careful. This is a big shaft right here.
I'm not crazy about getting that close.
And right over there too. So yeah, it's a false floor for sure.
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Make sure you don't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah. Stay to this side right here, and just stay on that one board. Don't step off.
okay,
of it.
it's not dangerous there.
False floors are false. You don't know. Yep. Okay.
Well, where to now? What about right here?
Yeah. Right here. Come on. Yep. There you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, false floor.
No, we gotta be very careful around those. See, okay, so over here we have more dynamite box pieces right here. Unfortunately, they're all rotted out. I've been in other mines where you can see them very clearly, but it's just too wet here for them. That's the problem. You know. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful walls. Gosh, look at them.
You found it.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about. You found the blue room.
That's gonna be hard to get into.
That's the blue room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you go into it or just look at it?
You need a squeeze on your belly, but you're gonna get mighty dirty going in there.
I know. I'm not dirty enough.
Yeah. There's a bunch of mineralization in there. Absolutely gorgeous. But I mean, just you don't even have to go over there. Just look at look at all the colors in here. This is just absolutely something, isn't it? Look at all this here. I mean, this is my second time coming down this way, and it's absolutely incredible. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So this is at the end of this drift over here. Right here. It's almost like a calcified rocks almost here, you know? So this is like stuff we were looking at before in the other part of the mine. Just a lot more of it right here.
Freaking gorgeous.
Isn't it? You know what's really interesting? Look at these things forming. There's no, it's just dripping out of the bottom of them.
Oh,
There's no end to them.
Okay, so they're tubular, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are.
This one just pissed all over me.
Oh yeah, look at them. Oh yeah, they're...
Yeah. So it takes a long time for these things to grow too. It doesn't happen overnight. But they're also very brittle. And if you go down to the end there, you see like little pebbles. It almost looks like you're at the beach. It's like calcified rocks almost.
Here, let me
Little pebbles. Like it's all this rock that you're seeing is all calcified down at the end of this drift right here.
Wow.
Now.
The end's right here?
Yes. And I'm sure you saw that false floor that you walked over on our way down here.
I did the way you did
That was that's a sketchy one.
Well, that's the
Yeah, it looks like you're at the beach. Yeah, it kind of looks like a riverbed.
Yeah.
All calcified rocks, yeah. Yeah.
Shot of that.
Here, there's calcified rocks. Yeah. We'll turn my light on. Okay, so we're heading back towards the false floor. And then we're gonna cross that and go back to the junction. The second junction in this mine, I like to add. And we're gonna probably start making our way out. Yeah, this is a sketchy one.
Huh?
I was saying this is for sure a sketchy area. Yeah, this is
Just kept going.
oh boy. Yeah, so there's a big. The longer I stand on here, the sketchier it gets, because you can see right there is also where this is the whole false floor right here.
Yeah.
And if you've never been in a mine before, this is definitely something that you need to be aware of. So with that said, I'm just going to go across it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're back to the junction, and we're going to go this way, but looks like this is just the end here. So this is the end of the mine. Yep, and that's gonna be it. This is where they stop going. We're 2,100 feet down. We are 2,100 feet deep in this mine underground. So this is as far as we can go in this section right here. 1959. Yeah, carbide graffiti on the end of the wall. 1930.
Oh, look at that.
So this is where they stopped. If you turn off your light and you look all the way down there, you can actually see the light from the portal. All the way down there. Yep. You can't even make it out on my camera, but there's the light from the portal right there. This is pretty much a straight shot all the way down. Okay, so we're on our way out of the mine, heading back to the portal. Okay. We're making our way out here. I'm going to speed up the video a bit and get to the end of the mine. Let's go. in here. The water's pretty deep in here. And the funny thing is, I don't remember it being this deep last time I was in here. Okay. Side by sides. Okay guys, well that was a fun explore. Thanks for watching. You guys are probably wondering why there's only 2,100 feet of workings. Well, most of the mining here was done in the stopes. That's why the hollow jet didn't go any further than 2,100 feet. But yeah, we're back up here in the daylight. We're probably gonna go up the mountain and get some lunch or early dinner or whatever time it is. Kind of easy to lose track when you're in a mine. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.